Hello, friends, and welcome. My name is Popeye, and today we're playing some more Steins Gate. Excuse me. Last time we spent way too much time. Yes, it is Samus. Last time we spent way too much time trying to track down Faris and then learn the rules to a pointless card game, only to be told she wins at the end, which is exactly what we expected in the first place. And now we're waiting for her, because she promised if we helped her win, she would help remember. I don't think she does know what the D-mail she sent was, so we can undo it and hopefully get the IBN 5100 back. So yeah, that is what we have for today. So we just finished the card game, and we're outside waiting for Faris, the now champion, to come outside. Apparently we sent Daru home already. So let's proceed. Suddenly, Faris runs up to me, paying no heed to the curious stares of the crowd. She's still in her maid clothes, and she's carrying 2 bouquets of flowers, which she received from her adoring fans. I'm honestly surprised she didn't get more. Faris jumps at me before I can finish. She jumps into my arms, embracing me. There's a warm feeling against my cheek. A kiss? Was that a kiss? Faris smiles innocently. It's like her entire body is glowing with pure joy. I hope she's not licking her ear again. I do appreciate the fact that they did put in the 2 bouquets of flowers here, one in each hand. Faris puts on an impish smile. Forcefully pry Faris's body off of me. She's now just suddenly dropped those bouquets of flowers. Everyone is staring at us. Faris bashfully paws at her head. I take that paw of hers and leave the scene. Get to the overpass and finally lose sight of all the tournament spectators. Faris looks at me in confusion.
最初お前はバイラルアタッカーズに卑怯な手を使われて負けたんだ。そこでお前は俺にタイムマシンを使って相手の妨害を阻止してくれと頼んできた。タイムマシン？これはいわば契約だ。お前は本来忘れているはずの D メールを使って。
Yes, ma'am, we are really calling them paws.
思い出しそうになっていた。
For real.
ライネットの大会に勝てさえすればそれを思い出せるとそう言った。
Apparently that's how you say 3 question marks. I've been saying it wrong my whole life. It's pronounced nya nya.
どうだ？思い出したか？思い出したと言ってくれ。これは俺にとって重要な。
If they aren't paws, what are they? I don't know. you've got like toe beans. These are just actual beans. She has just a full size like brown bean for a hand. I'm clearly a cat boy. No, I'm not. Faris stares into my eyes as if she's looking for something. Then she puts a finger to her lips in thought. Mim? That is not true. That was a cat girl. There's a big difference. Finally, she smiles. Apparently we have a tail now, too.
Huh?
その時のフェイリスはバイラルに負けて落ち込んでたんじゃないかにゃ。だからタイムマシンの話を聞いたらそれを使ってでもなんとか勝ちたいと思うのにゃ。
Mim, why have you started this conversation? Why? It's not that I was too good to be a cat boy, it's just that the character I was cosplaying as happened to be a woman.
でないとパパに合わせる顔がないからにゃ。
And Fire Swamp and Mim thought it'd be a funny idea to get me top quality cat ears.
だからきっと思い出すとかなんとかは京馬に話を合わせただけのような気がするにゃ。きっとフェイリスならそうするにゃ。
なんてことだ。
Damn, I was a fool to trust this cat girl. Remember that. Should have expected this from how she normally acts. I breathe a deep sigh and lean on the overpass's guardrail. In the end, all that work is for nothing. What have you DM'd me? What nonsense. Fair enough, Mim. Fair enough. I still need to fix the warp timeline. I don't know the contents of Faris's D-mail. Faris forgot it ever happened, and it isn't in her send history. What should I do? I clearly go back in time and make her lose because she lied to us. That's what I would do. I'd be like, screw you. You don't get to win. Oh, Samus, we might get our ear licked just like you wanted. Suddenly, Faris whispers into my ear, Omelette du fromage.
フェイリスの目を見るにゃ。
何？
いいから目を見てにゃ。
Faris's face is right beside mine. Her breath tickles my ear. We're awfully close. She planned to kiss me on the lips this time. Her expression is uncharacteristically serious, so I gulp and do as I'm told. Turn to Faris and stare down into her eyes. Faris looks up at me too. If an outsider were to see us, they'd think we were a couple lost in our own world. This is the closest I've ever been to Faris. I'm captivated by the beauty of her features. Wow, her eyelashes are really long.
今日も緊張してるにゃ。
今は頭の中でフェルマーの最終定理を計算中だ。
Okay, what lie is this? Mathematical theorem stating that for any integer n greater than 2, no three integers x, y, and z exist such that x to the n plus y to the n equals z to the n. The theorem went unsolved for nearly 360 years, but was finally proven in 1995.
つまり緊張してるのにゃ。実はフェイリスは一つだけ魔法が使えるにゃ。
魔法だと？それってまさか。
京馬にだけ特別に教えると、実はフェイリスは他人の心理を読み取ることができるのにゃ。スタンド名はチェシャーブレイク。
Yeah, the Cheshire Cat is from Alice in Wonderland. I was expecting more from that. I don't know why I expect more from this game.
どうにゃ、すごいにゃ。
俺にだけ特別って、さっきバイラルにばらされていたではないか。
まさか奴らにこの秘密を知られるとは思わなかったにゃ。
I think you mean that you were out of the bag. I won't deny the existence of supernatural powers. After all, I have one of my own called Reading Steiner.
ちっちゃい頃からパパの交渉相手の顔を盗み見るうちに、相手が何を考えているのか読めるようになったのにゃ。どっちかっていうと直感とか勘に近いにゃ。目の動きとか表情とか仕草で、あ、この人は今嘘を言ったってわかるにゃ。
もしかしてお前、その能力をライネットの試合にも使っていたのか？
そうにゃ。フェイリスはエンターテイナーだにゃ。いつもわざとピンチになって、そこから劇的大逆転勝利を決めるスタイルなのにゃ。それにサングラスをつけると相手
So,
の考えを読みにくくなる
remember
のにゃ。
back when we tried to send all those emails so that Daru could beat her? Well, she just had ESP, so that's why none of that worked. Is that why she didn't put them on?
この力のおかげで今朝京馬が嘘をついていないことも分かったのにゃ。
最初はちっとも相手をしてくれなかったではないか。
それは気が立ってただけにゃ。
Feels like she's tricking me again.
で、今の京馬も嘘はついてないのにゃ。フェイリスはその D メールっていうのを使って過去を変えたわけだにゃ。そのことは信じるにゃ。できれば京馬のためにフェイリスも思い出してあげたいけど、ごめんにゃ、思い出せないにゃ。
そうか。
We've reached an impasse. Samus is a 6-foot-tall purple platypus bear. Can't see your face. Don't know if you're lying. I have no choice but to look for some other way. I suddenly feel intense stares on us. I realize that we're surrounded by people. Are they jealous Faris fans who think I'm her boyfriend? Or are they gonna just murder us? Knowing this game, it's probably murder. I shudder at the thought, but I don't think that's the case. Then who are they? Moika's Rounders?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's just this guy. What do you mean a man clad in black steps forward? We know who this is. What have you just noticed, Samus's? Okay, Samus has redeemed Juggle. Is that you noticed you had enough, or that you noticed that I'd turned them back on? Okay. For the chair. How's that? That looks good enough. Okay, current time. Gotcha. balls just going everywhere. Let's try that again. There we go. Oh, nope, that was horrible. I'm not in good form today, but we will get it. There we go. It's behind the back. I feel like this wasn't the one I had before. Maybe that's it. No, it was not. I had this one. Haha. No! Back to me. Oh. I'll get all of these tricks for you. Here we go. There we go. You checked for redemptions as soon as you popped in. Yeah, right after story stream didn't end up happening, I turned them all back on. Yes, I am a bit rusty. I don't really juggle actually. Except on stream. That's the only time I really juggle now. Yes, it's Tiny Circle Man. What does he want now? I realize the men surrounding us are all dressed like 4 Tiny Rays Circle C. So are all of these guys viral attacker underlings? 4 Tiny Rays Circle C's gaudy white teeth shine.
チャンピオンに言いたいことがある。ガイアが俺に物言いをつけろと囁くのさ。
物言い？
このメス猫がよ、さっきの相手の心を読めるって力、一体どんなイカ様を使ってやがるんだ。
イカ様などのはずがない。貴様らこそ姑息な真似をしていたではないか。
フェイリスはあなたたちみたいな卑怯なことはしないにゃ。
だとてめえ、この黒の貴公子である俺は伊達悪界の神に誓ってイカ様なんかしねえ。それ以外の方法はどうかわかんねえけどな。
Define other things.
いいか、汚れた白きシャム猫。俺は負けを認めねえ。最後のチェンジディレクトリだってイカ様だ。
証拠がないのに適当なことを。
知らねえと思うから教えてやるぜ。この俺が黒といえば黒。それがライネットの真理なのさ。
No. These guys came here to make completely false accusations. Doesn't look like they'll take no for an answer. They've surrounded us so we can't escape.
ところでてめえの父親は秋葉原界隈じゃ知らねえ者はいないほどの男なんだってな。で、ライネット AB グラちゃんはそのコネを使ってスタッフ全員がフェイリスを勝たせるように動いている。ライネッターの間じゃそういう噂もあるんだぜ。大した悪党だな。てめえはちっとも伊達悪じゃねえ。白きシャム猫でもねえ。泥水の中を這い回る声太った豚さ。
The crowd grows louder. Beyond the wall of viral henchmen, there's some homebound Rhinet spectators watching from a distance. Viral start jeering loudly.
マジかよ。あまりにもうまくいきすぎだとはうすうす思っていたけど、つまりやらせ 出来レースだったってことかよ。
最低だよな、あの猫女。
フェイリスってそういう人間だったんだな。汚い、実に汚い。
というわけでよ、チャンピオン、いや偽チャンピオンのフェイリス、ここで土下座してくれよ。この黒き
I must say, I hate this dude, but Champion was good.
額を地面にこすりつけて許しをこいな。そして王座を返還しやがれ。そこまでしたらやらせ行為については明星に誓って許してやるよ。
I don't think Lucifer's gonna forgive her for her deeds. I don't think that's in his character.
そうだそうだ、優勝を辞退しろ。てか二度とライネットアクセスバトラーズに関わるな。ライネッターを引退しろブス。
I'm actually amazed that we're at Viral Attacker F. I want to get to like Viral Attacker X. Jeers fly from the surrounding virals. None of the onlookers approach. I guess they don't want to get involved. What a farce. How long do we have to listen to this?
行くぞ、フェイリス。
I grab Faris's wrist and force our way through the surrounding virals. As we run from the place, I look back and see
待ちやがれ。
four tiny raised circle C and his group are chasing after us. I guess it would be his school if he's part of the C. It's Fisher in his school. Oh, cool! We have an incoming. Just hold on, guys. We're just gonna take a quick phone call.
もしもし。
I love the fact that he's like taking this phone call while like running full sprint down the road from this gang.
僕だけど。
なんだ、今取り組み中だから。
オカリンってまだ会場にいる？
いない。
I mean, we're running past it in place like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
フェイリスさんは見てないよな。実は炎上中で。
Everything is on fire.
炎上？何が？
フェイリスさんのブログとか、フェイリスさんのファンサイトとかが。
Damn, the viral attacks must be flooding the net with false accusations. Those scumbags.
切るぞ。
I press the end call button and run even faster.
今日まだあいつら追ってくるにゃ。
Don't have that next emote. Get the uncle hunting gun? Is it time? While gasping for oxygen, I pull Faris by the hand and run faster. We zigzag through the streets of Akiba until we loop back to UPX. Faris's home is right next door. We should have gone there first. My lungs are on fire. My legs are aching.
今日あれ見るにゃ。
Faris tugs at my sleeve, stopping me. I look where she's pointing, and there I see several unsavory-looking young men clad in black leather, loitering near the apartment building's entrance. Damn, they got here first.
これじゃ中に入るのは無理そうにゃ。
とにかく離れよ
We try and cut through Yodobayashi and head towards Showadori, but get caught en route.
いやがったぞ。
メーリングリストで情報を流せ。
Damn, how many of them are there? At least up to F. All we can do is turn back. We won't make any progress if we keep running like this. We need to find somewhere we can rest. Lab. We can manage something if we escape there. We need to get there somehow. I'm telling you, just go back in time and let her lose. It's the easiest for everyone. There are virals loitering around the lab. There's no way we can get past them. We end up seeking refuge in the ramen shop behind the lab. Ramen shop behind the lab. Another world line. This was May Queen plus Nyan squared. Faris and Mayuri worked as maids.
どうしてこんなところで立ち止まるにゃ？早く逃げなきゃ。
May Queen's second floor now seems to be the storehouse for the ramen shop downstairs. Actually, that might be the perfect place to hide. Take Faris's hand and run up the stairs. What do you mean May Queen plus Nyan tiny raise too? In the empty room are piles of what seem to be bags of flour. Faris and I hide behind one such pile. We just hope nobody saw us come in.
とにかくここで奴らが諦めるのを待とう。
Take out my phone, open the compose mail screen. Send Daru an SOS. Faris and I are hiding above ramen Tasaburo. It's mostly empty with some sacks of wheat flour. Nothing that looks useful as a weapon, and nothing big enough to hide behind. Viral attackers are chasing us, and I don't think they can be reasoned with. Normally, I'd have no trouble taking on all of them myself. I can't use my full strength with Faris. I don't think this is the time to be talking about that. Call us a taxi pronto. I send them email. It's hot as hell in here. Running has made me thirsty.
ここにメイクインがあれば冷房も効いていて飲み物も出してもらえるのにな。
にゃ？
あ、いや。
I just said the first thing that came to mind, but Faris looks at me strangely.
なんで今日まはここに開く予定だったメイド喫茶の名前を知ってるにゃ？
え？
でもそっか、ホームページに少しの間だけオープン告知とメイドさん募集要項を載せたことあったにゃ。今日もそれを見たのかにゃ？
開く予定だったのか。
フェイリスが企画して会議にも通してほとんど決まりかけてた話なのにゃ。でも最終的にパパにダメって言われて企画がなくなっちゃったにゃ。はあ、パパもとんだわからずやだにゃ。フェイリスに店を任せてくれてれば、はにゃーんなコスチュームとキュンキューンなメイドさんたちを集めて日本一のメイド喫茶になってたのにゃ。
Do I want to know what a costume or a tastic maid is?
中野や池袋のお客さんを秋葉に引っ張ってこられたのに惜しいことをしたのにゃ。
Yes, I do. What are they, Bim? Akihabara I know catered to fans of games, anime, and moe culture. The current Akihabara is still the electric town of old. This used to be the Maid Cafe, May Queen, Giant Plus, Nyan, Tiny Raised 2. Now it's a ramen shop. That's much easier to say. If I remember correctly, Faris wasn't this attached to Ryanet Axis battlers on the previous world line. Obviously, they're ones that combine all our cursed and blessed memes.
フェイリス。いや、秋葉ルミホ。
はにゃ？
お前は秋葉の後継ぎ娘で秋葉原の都市開発計画の会議なんかにも出ているんだよな。
出てないにゃ。
出てない。だって前にそう言って。
Did she say that before the world line
会議
changed?
にはパパが出てるにゃ。なのになんでフェイリスが出なきゃいけないのにゃ。
逆になんでお前は会議に出ていたんだ。
だから出てないって言ってるにゃ。
That's right. It makes no sense for a high school girl to participate in development conferences, much less be the mastermind behind the moification of Akiba. Moe shops began to spring up around 2002, didn't they? Back then, Faris was still 9 years old. Could this be a clue to the contents of Faris's D-mail?
フェイリスのパパさんはレトロ PC の愛好家なんだよな。
その通りにゃ。あ、そういえばまだ IBN5100 は見つけてないにゃ。
ちなみにパパさんがレトロ PC を手放すようなことってあるのか。
On another world line, Faris's dad donated the IBN 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine. Or was it Faris who did that?
それはないにゃ。パパは自分が集めた PC はすべて愛してるにゃ。それを手放すなんてとんでもないのにゃ。
Aha, we actually have a typo. I assume this is supposed to say, then why did he donate the IBN 5100, not the why did he donate the IBN 5100.
フェイリスはレトロ PC は持っていないのか。
パパの趣味はさっぱりにゃ。フェイリスはコスプレとかアニメとか可愛いものが好きなのにゃ。
The reason the Moe shops disappeared was because Faris didn't participate in the city development conferences. I guess that's what the Gmail was about?
もし仮にお前
Well, typo games ruined gotta quit. Yeah, immersion totally broken.
ずっと参加していたとして。
そうしたら秋葉の町に萌えショップをたくさん誘致しようと思ってるにゃ。コミマを見ればわかる通りオタクパワーはすごいのにゃ。きっと秋葉は今以上に人がたくさん訪れるはずにゃ。
So just remember, the entire reason Akihabara has that culture is because a 9-year-old girl was like, I want you to build cute things, Daddy.
それはいいとして、都市開発計画にずっと参加していたお前がもしもう参加したくないと思ったとして、それを過去の自分にどうやってやめさせると思う。
それは何の心理テストにゃ。
単なる例え話だ。
Faris ponders this for a while.
劇的なのがいいにゃ。
何？
ドラマみたいな展開にゃ。フェイリスはそういうのは結構信じちゃうタイプにゃ。これはきっとパパからの遺伝だと思うにゃ。
Really?
だから例えばフェイリスが誘拐されるとか。
Suddenly, Faris fell silent. It's a dark room. I can't read her expression.
誘拐？
フェイリス？
What's wrong? Faris suddenly clutches her head.
頭痛いにゃ。ねえ今日フェイリスはこの倉庫に来てから変な気分なのにゃ。小さい頃に一度来たことあるだけなのに、すごく見慣れてる景色に思えてくるにゃ。
Nostalgic. So it seems like she has some kind of connection to it from the previous world lines.
ここいつも歩き回ってたような感覚があるにゃ。
She's got déjà vu. What does this mean? Messing with me again? No, this feels too real. Her face lights up, and then she grabs my arm.
思い出したにゃ。
何を？
They're necessary.
思い出したにゃ。
force of her declaration stifles my response.
メイクインニャンニャン。京馬もダルニャンは常連さんだったにゃ。それにマユシーは一緒に働いてたにゃ。
本当に思い出したのか？
Wait, she said she can read minds. Does that mean she can read our memories of previous world lines and know that from our memories? Faris nods.
京馬たちがお店でタイムマシンのお話ししてたことも IBN5100 を探す交換条件としてタイムマシンを使いたいってお願いしたことも。
It's intuition.
あとは時間を川の流れに例えるのはおかしいって京馬とダルニャンを論破したこととか。
Because I'm just looking at it, and all the things she's saying are only things that involve us or things we would know about.
ラボメンになるために血の盟約を結んだこととか。
I'd almost forgotten those things myself.
D メールは D メールの内容は思い出したのか？
Faris lets out a sigh. Her smile suddenly disappears. Don't tell me that's all she remembers. Was she tricking me again?
思い出したけどこれは取り消さなきゃいけないって京馬言ったかにゃ。
そうだ。フェイリスの D メールによって改変された過去を元に戻してやらないと。
ダメにゃ。
Faris shakes her head violently and presses her body against me again. We're alone in this dim storehouse. I can feel her hot breath against my cheek. There's no one here to see us. We're safe. I feel myself getting excited by her proximity. No, I need to keep my cool.
元に戻すなんてできないにゃ。
聞いてくれ、フェイリス。これにはマユリの命がかかってるんだ。
No licks.
マユシーの
世界線のズレを元に戻して俺が IBN5100 を手に入れないとマユリが死ぬ。バカみたいに聞こえるかもしれないけどそれが事実なんだ。だから頼む。以前送った D メールを取り消すためにもう一度 D メールを。
フェイリスが D メールで叶えた願いは。
Faris cuts in as if to silence me. Her eyes are wet, reflecting the dim light.
フェイリスが叶えたのは10年前に死んだパパを生き返らせることにゃ。
Gosh dang it. So, to save Mayuri, we now have to murder her dad. What?
もっと簡単に言うとパパが死んだ過去死なないように変えたのにゃ。
You mean that kind-looking man, her father, died 10 years ago? That's consistent with everything now that I think about it. Faris has remembered her D-mail. Now that I know the result, all I have to do is send the cancellation D-mail. But it's not so simple. I need to cancel the D-mail that prevented her father's death 10 years ago. Isn't that the same as killing him again? I hear the door open and quickly cover Faris's mouth with my hand.
本当にこんなところにフェイリスが隠れてるのか？
それらしい二人組が入ってくのが見えたんだよ。
Crap. Someone saw us? Need to do something. They call their friends, we're done for. Also, Daru, you're a dick. Never responded to us. Hey guys, should we just answer this phone or should we just let it keep ringing so that people know we're here?
どこだ？
やっぱここにいたな、フェイリス。
もしもし。
岡部、聞こえる？タクシーは呼んだけど、もうちょっとだけ時間がかかる。
Krisu.
追っ手にバレた。目の前にいる。
おい、出てこい。隠れても無駄だぞ、俺。
そう。それなら脱出方法をレクチャーする。場所はさっきのところから移動してないんだよな。
Lecture us? The men are approaching our hiding spot. Because the room is dark, it seems they can't tell where we are. By the same place, I assume she means because we told Dara we were in the ramen shop behind the lab, and that she basically was meaning, are you still in the ramen shop? I listened carefully to Krisu's voice.
その部屋にある小麦粉をばらまいて脱出しろ。OK?
The extra the? Okay, I gotta see this. You're in the place. I see it. My mind just skipped over it and read it like a normal person. Scatter the flower?
あとは照明をスイッチオン。
I guess whoever did this chapter did not have the best translation available. Now I get it.
了解した。オーバ
Then I see the light reflect off of something. One of the men has a butterfly knife. He opens the blade with a flourish. I quickly rip open a nearby wheat flour sack and toss the contents into the air. The scattered white powder shines in the sunlight through the window.
うわ、なんだこれ。なんも見えねえ。
Slipping past the disoriented men, I carry Faris towards the exit. Right next to the exit, I see the light switch. I push Faris out first, then flip the switch right before shutting the door. Right as we get out, a sound like firecrackers resounds from the other side of the door. A dust explosion? I've seen the same trick used by guys like McDiver and Master Cheaton. Okay, I don't know the reference for this one. For Master Cheaton, at least. I get MacGyver. I don't know if this sounds fake to me. Just exploding flour when you put lights on? That should distract them long enough for us to escape. Faris coughs, shaking wheat flour off her clothes and hair. There's no time to spare. Taxi still isn't here. But it's not like we can wait for it. Need to leave here now. However... Crap. We're headed for the lab, but we got ambushed. It sounds like Faris cannot breathe. Soon Faris and I are surrounded by men with the fires of hatred burning in their eyes.
Yeah.
You wonder what would have happened if we didn't answer the phone? All I can tell you is that there is a different result. I don't know what it is, I just know that it is different. The crowd parts down the middle, and 4 tiny raised circles C steps forward wearing a hat.
一つ教えてやる。てめえらは俺のヤバすぎる黒のオーラの前から逃れられねえ。
I shield Faris with my body. 4 tiny raised circle C cracks his knuckles and smiles.
俺はいつだって体制に逆らってきた。 今回も俺の伊達割るストーリーは完全勝利で終わるのさ。
You can't resist the power of a bald spot.
よせ。この俺に手を出すな。
The only thing I can do to stop faltering is to go into Hoenn Kyoma mode. Or I can just take out my phone.
俺の右腕が暴走を。
シーンの最前線に立つのは常に一人。その一人とは黒い羽を羽ばたかせたクジャク。
沈まれ。俺の右腕。ダメだ。封印が解かれてしまう。お前たち早く逃げろ。でないと本当に命を落とすぞ。
クレイジーな舞でてめえをエレガントに沈めてやるぜ。
I love how this guy is just totally ignoring us. Like, honestly, I think everyone should be.
ダメだ。右手が右手が。やめてくれ。俺はもう殺したくないんだ。
Oh, don't worry, we'll be killing Faris' father very soon. I'm sure.
こいつ一体何なんだ。
Something strikes the top of my head. One of the virals threw a can at me.
シード騙されんな。そいつは典型的な中二病なだけだ。
いや、お前らが言うな。
構わねえから叩っちまおうぜ。
そこまで言うなら覚悟しろ。俺は右腕の封印を。
Did we just... Yeah, we just got beat up. Before I can finish, 4 tiny raised circle C kicks me in the solar plexus. Grabs the top of my head and knees me repeatedly. Finally, he lets go of my hair. I start coughing as soon as I hit the ground. Next, 4 tiny raised circle C lays into me with heavy kicks to the head and body. I raise my arms to protect my face.
言ったろ、俺に触れるなってな。冷たすぎる氷はやけどを。
だからそれはやけどではなく凍傷だ。バカが。
こんな。
He starts stomping on me with his booted heels. All I can feel is pain. I abandon all thought and wait for the storm to pass.
うるせえ。指図するなよ。俺に指図できるのはガイアのささやきだけだぜ。
For a tiny raised circle C grabs my thumb in both hands. Then he starts to twist. I hear a sound. Car's exhaust. The honking of a horn. The limousine barrels into the alleyway at terrific speed. Everyone screams and scatters to avoid it. The smell of burnt rubber. Tire tracks on the asphalt. The limousine stops right in front of my fallen body. The back door opens. Ferris's dad saves us, now I have to kill him! Gosh dang it. But I can't even stand up. No strength in my body left. My vision's blurry too. Slender arms wrap around my body, pulling me towards the car. The soft scent of citrus tickles my nose. Look into the eyes of your victim. I let her help me into the limousine. They forgot Faris' real superpower, being stupid rich. The door shuts, cutting off his shouting. Was calling her father an option like an hour ago? Would have been so much easier. The car speeds off like a bullet. There's a softness under my head. We're inside the limousine. My head is resting on Faris's lap. Every inch of my body feels like it's on fire. At the same time, there's a terrible cold in my bones. What if instead of answering Daria, you answer her father? Because you talked to Daria, you missed the ring? I can tell... I have the cheat sheet open. I can tell you if we don't answer the phone call in the flower shop, instead Faris comes up with a plan of escape. I don't know if it's the same plan. I assume it's actually not. Or maybe it's similar. I don't know. Basically, it just says if you answer the phone call, you get Christina's escape plan. If you ignore it, you get Faris's escape plan. That is all I know. I can barely hear. My ears are ringing. The urge to vomit has receded, at least. They really messed me up. According to Faris's dad, he was racing to UPX to congratulate Faris when he saw us. Fortunate coincidence, indeed. Now you need to buy the game and play it for 6 months. I mean, this is episode 20. I know we've missed like 1 or 2 sessions of it. So it's only at like 3 months. Don't exaggerate. Although we're not super... How far are we? We are about... I don't know, 60% of the way through? Account for you trying to get every single branch? Okay, then yeah. Is this also the choice of Steins Gate?
君にはお礼を言わねばならないね、岡部君。娘を守ってくれてありがとう。
Don't thank us, it'll make killing you so much harder.
守るだなんて。そんな。
I'm no hero. If I had the strength, I'd prostrate myself right now before this
何
man.
もできませんでしたよ。俺は。
There's actually not too many branches if you're looking for, like, dialogue cutscenes. A lot of the branches are actually text message based, so you just get, like, a different text message. The only super complicated one is if you're trying to get the true ending, which is super dumb complicated.
とんでもない。君は娘の命の恩人だよ。
He shakes my hand, firmly in gratitude.
パパったら大事なお仕事があるんだから無理しなくていいって言ったのににゃ。
Faris looks happy as she says that. However, I recall what Faris told me in the ramen shop.
フェイリスが叶えたのは10年前に死んだパパを生き返らせることにゃ。
That's true, then to return to the original world line. I have to erase her father, to kill him essentially.
私はルミホとの約束は何があっても守るよ。昔そう決めたんだからね。
パパ、ありがとにゃ。
The limousine soon reaches Faris's house.
ほう、IBN5100 か。
Ma'am, you wanted us to look him in the eyes before we killed him? Here you go.
そうです。あなたは熱心なレトロ PC 収集家とかねてより聞いていました。何かご存知ではありませんか？
I end up eating dinner at Faris's apartment. Faris's father was extremely grateful to me and invited me up. I would have been okay with just borrowing the shower, but even prepared a change of clothes for me. Told me I could stay since it's still too dangerous to go outside. During the meal, I try asking about the IBN 5100, ignoring the pain I still feel throughout my body.
君のような若者が IBN5100 を知っているとは珍しいね。
He smiles, and I bring up his hobby of collecting old
確
PCs.
かに私も持っていたよ。今は手放してしまったが。
Aha, you were wrong, Faris.
ああ、やむにやまれぬ事情でね。
He glances at his daughter. Faris keeps eating her meal silently.
柳林神社に奉納したのですか？
奉納？いや、違うよ。
No? All the strength drains from my body. Are my efforts for nothing?
私に IBN5100 を託してくれた橋田さんには申し訳ないことをしてしまったと思っている。
橋田って橋田鈴ですか？
Faris is dead. So Suzuha did complete her task. Faris is just a, well, not a dick, I guess. She wanted to save her dad. Suzuha's pseudonym. My pulse rises instantly upon hearing that name. She did it. She found an IBN 5100. She brought it to Akiba. She completed her mission. Samus? I swear, I've had to go through that 3 times already. First playthrough, getting back to that phone trigger we missed, and then the true ending. I've lived through that 3 times already. Tears well up in my eyes. I bite them back.
昔の話になるがね。まだ私の会社が今ほど大きくない頃の話だ。ルミホが誘拐されたんだ。犯人はとんでもない額の身代金を要求してきてね。あるいは会社を抵当に入れればなんとかなったかもしれない。そんな時、渡りに船とばかりに IBN5100 を高額で買い取りたいという人物が現れてね。それを売り渡すことでルミホを助けるための身代金を用意することができたんだよ。
パパ、その話はやめるにゃ。
So, to get the computer back, we have to make sure he doesn't sell it to pay the ransom for his kidnapped daughter and instead goes to try and save her and dies instead. Perfect. For some reason, Faris's face turns red with embarrassment. I had to say, her dad seems really happy to tell this story. That's something you'd expect from a kidnapping story.
その歌相手というのは？
フランスの実業家だね。今でも連絡は取れると思う。なんだったら教えようか。
Let's go over our options. Kill Faris. Kill Faris's father. Kill Mayuri. Kill the kidnappers. Then the kidnapping never happens. Problem solved. I politely decline the... No, you gather as much information as possible. You learn that information so you can send him a message saying, French businessman named X is scam artist. There's no way the IBN 5100 will arrive from France in time, and I doubt we could afford to pay for it anyways. Plus, there's a high possibility the buyer's related to CERN, or to the Rounders. I clench my fist, then open it again. Why won't you return to me, IBN 5100? We are soulmates. Come back to me, Computer Chan. This line is a mood. Well, it's past midnight, and I'm still awake. My body hurts too much to sleep. Then there's the question eating at my mind. What should I do? How can I cancel the D-mail that saved Faris's father? My encounter with the man himself has given birth to unnecessary internal conflict. I'm about to steal Faris's father away from her. I need to do it to save Mayuri. But does that give me the right to play God? I hear a knock, and then the door opens.
フェイリスか。
I don't like where this is going.
入っていい？
Thank you for the quote, ma'am. To be entirely honest, I didn't think that was the line you were going to quote. I've got my finger on the key in case this gets dicey. I'm not repeating it. I'm not making that mistake. Normally, Faris would have added nya to the end of that question. Without waiting for my answer, Faris steps inside. Then, she sits next to me on the bed. Could the people who drew this have not moved Okabe's hand to any other position than right next to his junk? I also love the fact that we apparently got new clothes, but it looks like the same clothes we were wearing before. We're wearing them all to bed. We're on top of the covers. All in all, this looks like a very uncomfortable position to sleep in. She's not wearing her cat ears.
さっきはありがとう。
That's the secret. If you're not wearing cat ears, you don't speak in
すご
nyas.
く怖かった。
Does she have a fever or something? Why is she talking normally? She usually pretends to be a cat girl. Does this mean she's not using her Faris persona right now? Is this the real Akiha Rumiho? It's actually refreshing to hear Faris talk normally like this. It excites me for some reason. Like she's showing me a side of herself that no one has ever seen.
初めてだったよ。大勢の人たちからあんな黒い感情をぶつけられたこと。
黒にやたらこだわる連中だったからな。
He slaps me on the knee lightly.
もう初めに話してるのに。
What? Even her retort is normal. The person sitting in front of me isn't a cat-eared maid, and she isn't the Rhinet champion. She's just a normal girl.
傷痛む？
And now she's gonna give us pickup lines. Did it still hurt when you fell out of heaven, Okabe?
いや、大丈夫だ。
今日の、岡部さんがいなかったらどうなっていたか想像するだけでゾッとする。
言い直すな。いつも通りの呼び方でいい。
Faris
とに
sighs.
かく京馬には感謝してもしきれない。本当にありがとう。京馬はね、私の王子様だよ。
Prince, what's with the fairy tale talk? She's given me goosebumps. Also, I feel more like the evil stepmother that's gonna take away her father very shortly. This calls for Hoen Kyoma.
俺は王子様ではない。狂気のマッドサイエンティストで。
You do not sound like a convincing mad scientist right now. Before I finish, Faris throws herself on top of me. We just had to say something about Daddy and she's all over us. She wraps her arms around me tightly.
フェイリス。
ルミホって呼んでほしいな。
いや、
I know, they didn't move, he did not move at all, just her. This is bad. What should I do? What does Faris want?
ねえ、もう終わりにしようと思うの。京馬はどうせ過去に戻ればまたやり直せるのに、私を命がけで助けてくれた。だから
She wants the D, male.
私も叶えてあげたいって思う。
だが
I swallow the rest of my words. Granting my wish would mean erasing her father's existence. My heart aches. It's like this with Suzuha, too. I erased everything that Suzuha had shared with us in 2010, including her memories of meeting her father. We are the father. Okay, last time we were the uncle hunter. This time we are daddy killer. We're here to make sure Faris doesn't remember her dad. Suzuha never gets to meet her dad. No one gets to meet their dads. I did it for the sake of my personal goal, to save my Yuri. Must I once again sacrifice someone else's dream? No daddies
あ
allowed.
れは私の8歳の誕生日の時。
Oh, it's on her birthday? Still clinging to me, Faris looks down and begins her story. I awkwardly do not move my
私はパパ
hands.
にその日だけはお仕事をお休みして一緒に遊びに行こうってお願いしてたんだ。当時はまだパパの会社は大きくなくて、パパは毎日朝から晩までずっと働き続けてたから、私はちっともパパに会えなかったの。
Okay. Completely off topic and completely out of feeling for like this scene right now. But just think about this. CERN is a real organization. How do they feel about this game? About being portrayed as this evil corporation that is trying to, like, instill their own version of government through the mysteries of time travel? It portrays them in this very evil light. On the other hand, the game actually has decent insights into, like, physics and might get people interested in the sciences.
パパと過ごせる一日が私が一番欲しかったプレゼントだった。
Concern.
パパは約束してくれたよ。その日は何があってもきっと一緒に過ごそうって。でもやっぱり急な仕事の予定が入って前日になって約束は破られちゃったの。ひょっとしてパパは私のこと愛してくれてないんじゃないかってすごく不安になっちゃって。だからね、私誕生日当日に家出したの。パパに心配してもらいたくて。
Faris pauses here for a time. Then she looks up at me and continues with tears in her eyes.
その日、パパの乗った飛行機が着陸に失敗したんだ。死者は一人だけで、他の乗客はみんな無事だったんだけどね。
Don't tell
その
me.
一人がパパだった。
That was before the world line
信
changed.
じられなかった。こんなにも世界は私に冷たい運命を押し付けるのかって。パパなんかもう知らない。死んじゃえばいいんだって。それがパパにかけた最後の言葉になっちゃった。そんな言葉で私とパパの関係は
We're like a reverse Christmas special. Where in the Christmas special, the kid's like, I hate my family, I wish you would all die. And then it shows them like a world where everyone's dead. And then they come back and they're like, no, I love you. I'm so glad you're here. And in ours, it's like, no, it started with them dead. And they're like, oh, I wish you were alive. And then they were. And then we're like, nope, taking that back. I can hear the tears in her
大好
voice.
きだったのに、どうして最後にあんなこと言っちゃったのかなってずっと心の中にパパへの罪悪感があって、ずっと思ってた。タイムマシンがあればいいのにって。
Then, did fate guide us to each other?
だからね、京馬がタイムマシンの話をしている時に、これは神様か仏様か運命様が私に与えてくれたチャンスなんだって思ったの。
フェイリス、ルミホ、今日はもう話さなくていい。
最後まで言わせて。
Faris doesn't let go of me. She sniffles and wipes away her tears, putting on a smile.
私はもう満足したから。さっきパパが助けに来てくれて、私のこととっても大切に思ってくれてるって分かったから、このちょっとだけのご褒美はもう十分楽しいんだから。だから変えた過去は元に戻さなきゃ。
だが
今日マユシーはね、私にとっても友達なんだよ。そのマユシーに危機が迫ってるなら。
The only, like, bright spot in this entire thing is Faris is the first person besides us who has remembered something about a different world line. Exactly, what Samus has just said. Meaning, maybe there's some way we can make her remember this, but still, even if she remembers, her father's still gonna be dead. I don't know if that's better or worse, the, like, idea knowing there was this other timeline that you gave up, like having those memories and know you gave them up, knowing that that was an option.
すまない。
言ったでしょ、今のこの現実は現実じゃなくてご褒美なの。
If she remembers, she told us. Yeah, like, she might remember she told us, but her feelings in that world line versus this one would be very different, because here she's kind of come to the term of, like, I should not have, like, this isn't what was supposed to happen. I've had my time, I'm thankful for it, but my friend should have been saved instead. Whereas on the other world line, she might be like, okay, I have these memories, but they don't quite seem real to me. Like, it's one of those things that would be hard to say. So you would be an entirely different person, having not grown up with your dad for the past 10 years of your life. Very formative years of your life, from, what was it, 9 to 19? Yes, there's no winning scenario.
それとも夢って言うべきかな。
And yet we're gonna choose both, cause that's what we promised.
この時代にはいなかった。元に戻すだけ。夢を見させてくれてありがとう、京馬。
本当にそれでいいんだな。
Chris buries her face into my chest.
本当はちっとも良くないよ。私、世界が変わる前のこと思い出したけど、でも世界が変わった後のことも全部覚えてるんだよ。私の記憶、今すごくパニック中なの。変わる前と変わる後とがごちゃ混ぜになって、どっちが本当なのかわからなくなっちゃいそうで。でもこれ以上わがまま言ったら 京馬が悲しむでしょ。京馬が悲しむ顔は見たくないから。だって私の王子様だもん。
だがもしかすればお前もパパさんを失わず真由里も死なない、そういう世界があるかもしれないんだ。それを探す努力をもっと。
いいの、もういいの。私はもう逃げたくないから。
There's nothing I can say to that. So instead, I tightly embrace her slender body. Just without, moving my arm from its awkward position.
ねえ、ちょっとだけ泣いていいかな。過去を元に戻す前にパパのために泣いてもいいかな。
She's already crying, but I don't say anything. Instead, I silently nod. Faris's body trembles with emotion as I hold her. Her father is sleeping in the room next door. She probably doesn't want him to hear. She cries into my chest, muffling her sobs. It's almost noon. I feel dizzy. It's like my brain is rusty, my whole body is heavy with fatigue. The pain from my wounds has subsided, thankfully, but in the end I couldn't sleep a wink. I promised Faris that we'd commence the operation at noon. Until then, we wait at Faris's apartment. I've already contacted Dara and the others back at the lab. I told them we'd be performing an experiment today.
京馬、
フェイリス。
I can see the traces of tears on her face. The sight makes my heart ache.
今からパパに最後のご挨拶をしてくるにゃ。
Oh? Her usual speaking habits returned the second she donned her cat ears. What a nifty piece of equipment.
しばらくパパと二人きりにさせてもらうにゃ。
Maybe I should say wait. Maybe I should say sorry. But I say nothing to Faris's back as she heads to her father's study. By the time Faris finishes her farewells with her father, comes out of the study, the phone wave, name subject to change, his settings are already complete. I contact Dara at the lab and make sure the Bronte Workshop's 42-inch CRT is turned on. Now, all we have to do is send the D-mail. But I hesitate. Instead of meeting Faris's eyes, I look down at my feet. Choice time is coming up very soon. I will save at the choice window. We will pick the bad ending, and then we will do the good ending. I don't think we'll have time for both, so probably we'll just do the bad ending and end off with even more sadness, because that's what we all want right now. Yes, I don't know which you'd consider good versus bad in this case, but the ending that does not continue the game. Also, I just lost the game. Eternal separation from her father. I wonder what Faris is thinking now. Yes, Sam.
そんな顔しちゃダメだにゃ。京馬は何にも悪いことしてないにゃ。
だが
にゃー。もうその話はおしまいにゃ。
わかった。
I can't stay sad when Faris is trying to cheer me up. I steel myself for what I need to do. Yesterday, just before she left the room, Faris told me the contents of the first email she sent. 100 mil for your kid. Take the train. That mail stopped her father from getting on the airplane. As a result, he didn't die. That wasn't the only effect it had on the timeline. Your father needed to sell the IBN 5100 to prepare the 100 million yen ransom. As a result, Faris never donated the IBN 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine. Their father alive, Faris didn't participate in Akihabara's city development conferences. Otaku-oriented businesses never took root in Akiba. May Queen plus Nian Tiny Raise 2 never opened. Faris wasn't as busy, which allowed her to join the Rhinet tournament circuit. In other words, this world line's Faris has a normal life. On the world line I came from, Faris was not only a student, but also the heir to her father's company, an influential member of the Akihabara Development Board, and a part-time maid waitress. Cat maid waitress. Which life is better for her? I don't know, game? Which will give her greater happiness? It's not my decision, it's hers. Her decision to return to the way things were. I'm just here to wake her up from this dream. Faris has already entered the cancellation email. JK on ransom. I love you, Papa. See you soon. These are Faris's true last words to her father.
ちなみに、世界が元に戻ったら、フェイリスの今の記憶も全部なくなっちゃうのかにゃ。
そんなことはあるものか。きっと覚えてるさ。なぜならお前は今、過去を変える前と変えた後、両方の記憶を持っているだろ
だから、あんなに必死にフェイリスを助けてくれたのかにゃ。
う。それは、解釈は自由だ。
I feel my cheeks get warm, so I hang my head to hide my face.
フェイリスは、京馬との時間を忘れたくないにゃ。
ありがとう。
I take Faris's phone. Here's the choice. I'm sorry, Faris. I lied to you. So we're saving here. So we're going to do the Faris ending now. And then we will come back probably, I don't think we're going to get through it tonight. If last ending was anything like this one is, it takes like an hour. They are incredibly long endings. So we're going to do the Faris ending, which is where we don't send the message. When we change things back to the way they were, your memories of this world line will almost certainly disappear. Perhaps another miracle will happen, and you'll regain your memories of this world line too. But I can't be sure. There are no guarantees. And so, I will engrave these memories onto my heart. The memory of Faris, the Rhinet champion. The memory of her father, who gave thanks to a stranger like me for protecting his daughter. I will carry them for you, always.
それじゃあ、バイバイ、パパ。
It must be done. For Mayuri's sake. I must erase Faris's memories, just like I did Suzuha's. There's no other way. I give Faris back her phone.
京馬
No.
俺はまだ夢を終わらせたくはない。
Don't jump to conclusions. We should explore other methods. After all, her father's life hangs in the balance.
別の方法を試してみよ お前のパパさんを殺せないよ。
今日もごめんにゃ。フェイリスが迷わせちゃったにゃ。
いや、いいんだ。俺が決めたことだ。
I don't have what it takes to be a god. That burden is too much for me to bear. Faris's father is still at home, so go to the UPX cafe to talk. Faris orders a sandwich.
それで京馬には他に何か方法があるのかにゃ。
これは賭けになるが、フェイリスパパに送る D メールの内容を変更する。
じゃあフェイリスが最初に送った狂言の脅迫メールは取り消さないままなのかにゃ。
Hoen Kionia?
そういうことになる。IBN5100 が俺の手元に戻ってくれば勝ちなんだ。フェイリスパパが死ぬ必要なんてない。
Right as I say that, the employee comes to us with a sandwich and drinks. He looks startled.
ゲームの話です。
Employee forces a smile at my lame excuse, and heads back inside. I turn back to
だか
Faris.
ら例えば D メールの内容をこうすれば話は早いと思う。IBN5100 を岡部倫太郎に渡すまで絶対に手放すな。
This sounds like a way to get arrested really quickly. I think 10 years is about the limit of how far back we can send emails. Phone mail didn't become widespread until then. Lukako's mom's pager was a special case, but even then it was limited to the 1990s. I don't think we can do anything fancy. Like tell Faris' dad to start stockpiling IBN 5100s in 1975.
でもその時期のパパは会社が傾きかけててお金はなかったにゃ。フェイリスが誘拐されたと知ったらパパは何を言われても IBN5100 を売っちゃう気がするのにゃ。
Faris frowns and takes a bite of her egg sandwich.
それは書き方次第だろう。最初の D メールに関連させてしまえばフェイリスパパも別の方法を取るはずだ。レトロ PC 収集家なら他にも売れる PC はたくさん持っていたんだろう。
そんなのは結局大した額にはならないのにゃ。IBN5100 だけは当時たまたま法外な値段で買ってくれる相手がいたっていうだけなのにゃ。
そこはお前にうまくやってもらうしかない。改めて言うがこれは賭けだ。
A bet to escape the responsibilities of a god.
改変によって世界線がどの程度動くのか、その結果改変された世界線がどんな世界なのか、それは俺にもわからない。もしかするとマユリもフェイリスパパも助からない世界になるかもしれないが、逆にどちらも助かる可能性もある。確信なんて俺にもないんだ。だがこのままじゃいけない。このままマユリを死なせることもフェイリスパパを死なせることも俺にはできない。
The gamble, all or nothing. Faris will right with that. 2 lives hang in the balance. I don't want to be making decisions that affect whether people live or die. But I can't think of any alternative.
京馬がそう決めたならフェイリスはそれでいいにゃ。
本当に
パパのこと助けようとしてくれてるんだって分かってるにゃ。だから感謝したいぐらいにゃ。京馬のこと本気で好きになっちゃいそうにゃ。
からかうな。
からかってなんてないにゃ。
Faris pouts cutely.
京馬はフェイリスみたいな女は嫌いかにゃ。
She stares into my eyes, saying nothing.
さすがメイクインニャンニャンの人気ナンバーワンメイドだな。 客への媚び方をよく心得ている。
そういう風にはぐらかす京馬は嫌いにゃ。
Now she makes a sad face and drops her shoulders. Don't tell me, that was a real confession of love to me? Sure, Faris is cute. I won't have as much trouble dealing with her as I used to. I'd certainly get used to the idea of being with a girl like her. I am a man, after all, and any man would be overjoyed to win the heart of a girl like Faris. But this is no time for romance.
フェイリス、賭けに乗ってくれ。いい結果になると信じて。
フェイリスの質問には答えてくれないんだにゃ。しょぼーん。
Faris looks a little sad, but after a deep breath, she smiles again.
京馬についていくにゃ。その D メール送ってみようにゃ。
We have our plan. Will the dice come up odd or even? Not even God knows. I take Faris with me to the lab, and Dara weeps tears of joy at her safety. Marguerite jumps on her with a hug. Christy keeps reading, her expression aloof. I tell the three of them I'll explain later, but I don't know if I'll get the opportunity since we're changing the past, and head with Faris straight to the development room. Why are you sad, music? Faris has already written the D-mail. The root of the problem is her fake ransom demand, which caused her father to sell his IBN 5100. This is a second threatening email written to prevent that. Time of arrival is 1 hour after the first email. I set the timer and exchange glances with Faris.
もう戻れないぞ。
Except we're not kissing girls to get demons out of them. We're romancing them to kill their fathers, apparently.
世界線が変わっても京馬のこと覚えていられるといいにゃ。
Am I sure about that? Even that is no guarantee. This isn't like Suzuha's case, where I returned the warped world line back to normal. We're warping it even more. I wouldn't be surprised if there were changes more drastic than the elimination of Moe from Akiba.
フェイリスが忘れてしまっても俺は覚えている。
京馬手を握ってほしいにゃ。
Wanya. I take Faris's hand, then activate the
いい
microwave.
ぞフェイリス。
送信にゃん。
Sending Nyan! Oh, jeez. I think that's the lowest we've ever been. Well, looks like Moe's back. The warmth of Faris's hand suddenly disappears from mine. The summer sun fills my distorted vision. Next comes the noise of Akiba, the voices of the crowd, and the theme songs of electric shops.
これは
Teleportation. I realize I'm standing on Chuodori, right in front of Animate. Animate? The anime shop? I scan the
萌え系
streets.
ショップが復活している。
The world line must have changed. It's evident from the fact that reading Steiner kicked in. Faris, however, is nowhere to be seen. Even though we were standing right next to each other a moment ago, hand in hand, she disappeared. Did her very existence disappear? Inbox and outbox have absolutely no mail. I've never sent or received a message in my life. My address book only has... Did we just murder all of our friends? All I have is Faris. We've never once exchanged any emails. No, that's absurd. I refuse to accept that. So did our plan work? Or are things even... Things are much worse, I promise you. I need to explore this new world line. I head to the Tenoji residence and find Nae there, home alone. I managed to convince her to let me in. Divergence meter's there as expected. What? First digit is blank. Now it reads 0.275349%. Is it broken? Is there a reason for the missing digit? Anyways, better make a note of this on my phone. When I checked the divergence meter after erasing our memories with Suzuha, the number was above 0.4%. The number is significantly lower now. But the bigger question is that missing first digit.
誰ですか？うちに何の用ですか？
Naya peeks at me from behind the sliding door. She's acting even more afraid than usual. Actually, hold on. More afraid than usual, not than usual. I don't want her to tattle on me to her dad. I better calm her down somehow.
いきなり押しかけて悪かったな。だが用は済んだ。ちなみにこの家の場所はお前の親父さんに教えてもらったのだ。
That doesn't seem to ally her nervousness much. Allay? My brain is dying a bit too. She still doesn't come any closer.
誰ですか？もう出てってください。でないと警察を呼びます。
Child, one, you should not have let us in if you don't know us. And two, you should have called the police anyways.
Huh?
What's going on here?
誰ですかってひどいな。たまに会うだろ。お前の親父さんの店の2階を借りてるだろ。忘れたのか？
お父さん、助けて。
いやいやいや、ちょっと待て。
ひどいことしたら舌噛んで死にます。
いや、しないから。というより、本当に俺のことを覚えていないのか？
Naya shakes her head frantically.
会ったこともないと。
She nods.
それは悪かった。俺はお前の親父さんと知り合いでな。用は済んだからもう帰るよ。
My thoughts are a jumble, but I force a smile to hide my confusion and leave the Tenoji residence behind. Something like this was bound to happen. It's a small comfort, but I knew the risk when I chose this path. Given that cancelling the Suzuha D-mail only changed the divergence by 0.07%, a change of 0.2% likely means a dramatic shift in the world line, at least from my perspective. It's entirely possible that past events in this world line, my relationships included, are very different from what I remember. As proof, with the sole exception of Faris, all contacts have disappeared from my phone. That's nothing but pure horror to me. To save Mayuri and Faris' father, we warped the fabric of time even more than it had already been warped. To lose everyone other than Faris, that would be unbearable. That can't have happened. They can't have disappeared. I'm sure they still exist. My phone is just broken is all. Yeah, that's probably it. I knew this might happen. I accepted the risks. At the same time, I don't want my relationships with my friends to change. I hold that desperate wish in my mind. Mayuri, Daru, and Krisu should be in the lab like usual. Once I get there, Mayuri will greet me cheerfully, right? I climb the stairs to the second floor, praying that everything will be alright. And there, I realize that my prayers were for naught. The second floor is vacant. Of course, the time leap machine is nowhere to be found.
メイクインはあるのか？
We never considered what would happen if we got stuck in a world line, did we? I think only in terms that if we, like, broke the the time machine, or that like we chose not to finish it. Not that we like went back so bad that we screwed up and never met anyone. Still in a daze, I wandered to the maid cafe in search of a familiar face. Feels like 10 years since I last saw that cat logo. I take a deep breath and open the door.
おかえりなさいませ、ご主人様。
フェイリス、マユリ、よかった。
I feel indescribable relief when I see the two girls standing there. They didn't disappear. They still work here, just as I remember.
ご主人様、違うよ。あのね、まゆしにゃんにゃんだよ。
Mary smiles at me and strikes a cat-like pose.
あなたはフェリスちゃんのデュエルパートナーだよね。
She turns to Faris.
もしかしてフェリスちゃん、この人にマユシーの本名教えちゃったの？はにゃ？教えた記憶はないけどにゃ。でもマユシーって名乗ってる時点でなんとなく想像はつくにゃ。あ、そっか。
This feeling. Something is very wrong.
今日ま。
Faris brings her mouth close to my ear.
来てくれてありがとにゃ。でもお客さんの前だから彼氏っぽい行動は慎んでほしいにゃ。
彼氏？
バカ、言っちゃダメにゃ。バイト終わったら思いっきり甘えてあげるから、それまで辛抱するのにゃ。
お前は何を言っているんだ？
にゃにゃ。そういうことかにゃ。最初からちゃんと心得てたっていうことかにゃ。さすが京馬、話が早いにゃ。もうフェリスちゃん、お店でイチャイチャしちゃダメだよ。にゃはは、何言ってるにゃまゆし、そんなことしてないにゃ。
それよりマユリ、ダルとクリスを知らないか
Mary tilts her head with a confused expression.
ダル？クリス？誰かな？
The coldness in the pit of my stomach returns. Something odd about how Mayuri and Faris are acting. Does this mean my relationship with them has changed as well?
ラボはどこにある？
ラボ？ラブホ？
What the hell? Faris grabs me by the ear.
何をする？
京馬、一体どういうことにゃ。もしかしてマユシーとラブホに行く約束でもしてるのかにゃ。未成年にそんないかがわしいことしようなんて、京馬ってずいぶん変態だったのにゃ。
ラブホじゃない、ラボだ。勘違いするな、バカ者。
ラボって何や。
ラボはつまり未来ガジェット研究所といって、なあマユリ、知ってるだろ？未来ガジェット研究所だ。
Yes, they are very similar sounding.
マユシーはわからないのです。ごめんね。
She doesn't remember? It can't be.
そもそもさっきからなんでそんなにマユシーばっかに話しかけてるのにゃ。彼女がいる目の前でナンパしてるのかにゃ。
Girlfriend? Faris? Whose? Mine?
そういうことするご主人様にはお帰り願ってるにゃ。どうするにゃ。
すまない。
I apologize and ask to be seated. Inside, I find Daru sitting at a table for two. He's fidgeting for some reason. He looks super pissed. Why is he staring at me like that?
ダル、ここにいたのか。
That's not how you apply culture, Mim. I sit in front of Daru and let out a sigh of relief. I drink my water in one gulp. I was really thirsty. Daru doesn't try to hide his displeasure.
君さ、フェイリスタンのなんなん？
何？
どっかで見たことある顔なんだよな。どこだっけ？まあそんなことどうでもよくて、とにかく君ってフェイリスタンになれなれしくね？
Normal. People who find happiness and fulfillment in the real world. Normies. Markers of normalcy include having a girlfriend or boyfriend, participating in club and or school activities, going to parties regularly, vacationing overseas, and displaying a lack of interest in 2D anime entertainment.
調子に乗ってね。リア充か？リア充なんか？
おいダル、一体何を？
I shut up as soon as I start talking. Given how Mayuri and Faris are acting, it's entirely possible that my relationship with Daru has changed too. Better make sure.
俺とお前は初対面か？
当たり前じゃん。君この店来るの初めてでしょ。常連の僕はいつも他の客の顔もチェックしてるんで。
いや、結構来る方だと思うが。
この味は嘘をついている味だぜ。
舐めてもいないくせになぜわかる？
Well, there's the licking.
つうか質問に答えろよ。君フェイリスタンのなんなん？
俺は
もっと具体的に聞くべき？じゃあ質問その1。名を名乗りたまえよ。
What do I have to be cross-examined by Daru? Objection! There we go. It's unpleasant, but I also don't want to anger him anymore, so I'll answer honestly. The question is which name to use.
法院京馬。
マジで？
Daru suddenly bends forward. His attitude changes completely at this. He grabs my hand, suddenly happy to see me.
ああ、そっかそっか。そうだそうっすよ。確かにどっかで見たことあると思った。フェイリスタンのデュエルパートナーの法院氏だ。いや、うっかりしてた。あえて光栄です。僕、フェイリスタンと法院氏のファンなんですよ。この前の準決勝も見てました。
He shakes my hand forcefully. His hand is all sweaty.
おい、ダル？
ダル？なんで僕のあだ名知ってるんですか？
いや。
Pieces are starting to fall into place. The lab is gone. Mayuri and Daru don't know me. We haven't met. We're not friends. We're nothing.
そう。
And they want to lick me. All the time we spent together is gone. Every moment, every memory. Is this the price I have to pay? Is it my destiny to live in a world where even my best friends don't know me?
いやー、明日はいよいよ決勝戦ですよね。バイラルアタッカーズなんかボコボコにしちゃってくださいよ。
決勝戦？
Viral attackers. That means it's about the Rhinet Axis battlers. Am I participating as Faris' partner? But I thought the finals finished yesterday. So on this world line it's tomorrow? Mosquito repellents! I'll ask Faris later. For some reason it looks like I'm her partner, and her boyfriend. But I can deal with that later. Right now there's only one more thing I need to
な
know.
あ、お前はマキセ・クリスって知っているか？
ああ、そうそう。確か論文がすごい学術誌に載ったとかいう天才少女でしたっけ？
会ったことは？
前に ATF で講義をしたんですよ。それは聞きに行きました。かなり可愛かったですよ。で、その人が何か？
いや、別に。
It was obvious. If the lab doesn't exist, then how could I have met Krisu? I go limp in my chair. What about the bet I made? The bet to save Mayuri. Did I win or lose? I should know by tonight. Things go as scheduled, Mayuri will die. Was it right to change the world line? Is Faris' father still alive? Save both them, and I can accept the loss of my friends as the price. I have no other choice. I don't like where the conversation in chat is going about licking me. Faris stops drinking her iced milk tea, and looks at me with furrowed eyebrows.
パパは今日もお仕事に行ったにゃ。それがどうしたんだにゃ。
お前のパパは生きているんだな。
失礼だにゃ。パパを勝手に殺さないでほしいにゃ。今日の今日はなんだか変にゃ。どうしたのかにゃ。
いや。
You see, Faris' dad is still alive. Thank goodness. Now all that remains is to learn Mayuri's fate. Will she die, or will she live? The answer will determine if all of this has been worth it.
で、
Thank you,
俺
Mim.
とお前は恋人同士というのは間違いないのか？
Faris' face freezes. Her lips start to tremble.
もしかして今日もフェイリスとのことは遊びだったのかにゃ。ひどいにゃ。純情な17歳の乙女をたぶらかすなんて。
Once again, your age was not needed in that sentence, and just makes me feel more weird.
な、
I see that Faris is as melodramatic as ever. Smiling wryly, I slump down in my chair and look up at the sky. I feel an emptiness filling my heart. Ah, so that's how it is. The world line has changed, and the only one out of place is me. I feel so alone. My friends don't know me anymore. Mayuri isn't even my childhood friend.
どこにも行かせないぞ。連れてなんて行かせない。
That didn't happen in this timeline. Mayuri is no longer my hostage. I was willing to do anything to save her, even sacrifice the time Suzuha spent with us, and yet... No, think positive. Now that Mayuri's a stranger, there's no reason for her to die. Just think of it this way. I sacrificed our memories in order to save Mayuri. That does little to alleviate the sadness.
今日な、何中二病なオーラを出してるにゃ。今は二人の大事な話をしてるのにゃ。
なあ、フェイリス。今の俺は記憶喪失みたいなものだ。
It's not a lie. I have no memories of this world line.
さすが世界を股にかけるマッドサイエンティストにゃ。機関に狙われて頭に大怪我を負ってついに記憶を失ってしま
Oh
ったわ
my
けにゃ。
gosh. I wonder if someone went ahead and tried to figure out how many words you could stick nya into. Organization.
実は京馬は盗まれた核兵器の居場所を知ってるから、機関はその記憶を取り戻させようと必死なわけにゃ。京馬
Faris frowns, then leans forward and stares straight into my eyes. You trying to use her power, Cheshire Break, was it? To see into my mind?
そんな京馬
Faris quickly turns pale.
本当に
ああ、
だから今日の京馬は変だったのにゃ。大変にゃ。いつから何が原因で？
世界線を移動してきたせいと言ってもわからないだろうな。俺はいわば時空の漂流者なんだ。
ふざけてる場合じゃないにゃ。今はシリアスなシーンなのにゃ。心配してるんだから真面目に答えるのにゃ。
俺は一言も嘘は言っていない。お前ならわかるだろ
そうにゃけど。
なあ、詳しく聞かせてくれ。俺とお前の関係については特に詳しく。
本当に覚えてないのかにゃ。
Faris is moved to tears. Then she firmly clasps my hand.
フェイリスとキョーマはライネットの大会で知り合ったにゃ。秋葉の小さなショップでやっていた大会だったけど、死闘を繰り広げて心を通じ合わせたのにゃ。
I played Rainet.
そこで意気投合して、フェイリスとキョーマはコンビを組むことになったのにゃ。フェイリスたちの息はぴったりで、グラちゃんでもほとんど負けずに決勝まで勝ち進んだのにゃ。
Then Faris starts fidgeting. He blushes a little and looks at me sidelong.
それで一緒に戦っていくうちに、フェイリスはキョーマのことをもっと知りたいって思って、いつも目で追うようになってて。そうにゃ、フェイリスはキョーマのこと好きになってたのにゃ。このままずっとライネットだけじゃなくてプライベートでもパートナーとして一緒にいてほしいって思うようになってたのにゃ。だからこの前の準決勝に勝った後、思い切って告白したのにゃ。
Yes, I take out my phone, ma'am.
そしたらキョーマも好きだって言ってくれて、フェイリスたちは甘いキスを交わして晴れて恋人になったのにゃ。
A sweet kiss? That make me a normal? Was I really that good with women?
ちなみにフェイリスとキョーマは同棲中にゃ。
何？
Living together already? We only just started going out? You really are a filthy normal current world line me. Faris answers with a wry smile.
と言ってもライネットのパートナーとして夏休み中は合宿みたいな感じで、キョーマをフェイリスの家に泊めてあげてるだけなのにゃ。
Yeah, the original Kyoma, I guess it's not really stated whether he's a normie or not. It's sort of unknown, but I would say he was more a normie than not.
だからそのエッチなこととかはしてないのにゃ。って何言わせるのにゃ。
She flails her arms and legs. Oh, if it's at Faris's place with her parents and the butler there, of course nothing naughty would happen.
キョーマ、今の話で何か思い出したかにゃ。
I shake my head. It's fundamentally impossible for me to remember the events of this world line. I didn't forget those memories. I never had them in the first place.
フェイリス、頼みがある。
何かにゃ。キョーマが記憶を取り戻すためなら何でも聞くにゃ。
いや、記憶のこととは違うんだが、マユリのことだ。
マユシ？そういえばさっきもお店でやたらと声をかけてたにゃ。
あいつはもしかすると今日の夜午後8時ぐらいに何らかの形で死ぬかもしれない。
え？
だからあいつを見ていてくれないか。
死ぬってどういう、今度こそ冗談にゃ。
I gaze straight into Faris's eyes.
嘘はついていない。
はあ、
死ぬか死なないか可能性は五分だ。お前は何もしなくていい。見ているだけでいい。結果を俺に報告してほしい。
Just call her after? I don't know who this is, ma'am. I can't call anyone except for Faris.
頼めるか。
何がなんだかさっぱりなのにゃ。でも
Faris clasps my hands again. Tightly. Very tightly. I can feel her warmth emanating through her palms.
フェイリスは京馬のこと好きだから大好きだから
Why can't I delete mods?
信じるにゃ京馬のこと。
ありがとう。
I'm just thinking, no, this would be an incredibly dumb idea, but have a, like, a Jackbox tournament, but only for your mods, and if you lose, you get unmodded. Faris is the only one I can rely on now. Keep staring at the clock on the wall. Told to wait at Faris's place, so I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I haven't heard from her since she told me she was going to karaoke with Mayuri. Several hours have passed since Mayuri's scheduled time of death. Faris hasn't contacted me yet. I guess means that nothing's happened. Wish I could know for sure. Well, can I call? No, I can't call her, because apparently that makes too much sense. If Mayuri were to die now, I mean I've failed utterly. I have no way to return to my original world line. I have no way to change the past again. The lab doesn't exist, neither does the phone wave. Name subject to change. Can't even send a D-mail to say nothing of leap through time.
おや、岡部君。
Faris's parents, plural, make an appearance? They smile when they see me. Come to think of it, this is the first time I've met Faris's mom. She seems like an elegant lady.
ルミホはバイトかな？
あ、いえ。友人と遊びに行っているとか。
Faris's dad is alive. I learned that fact from Faris earlier, but it's really good to see him in the flesh. At the very least, I didn't have to kill this man. Don't you worry, we will kill him. Probably next time.
そうか。高校生なのにこんな時間まで遊び歩いているとはいかんな。岡部君からも注意しておいてくれないか。
わかりました。
いつも娘が世話を焼かせてすまないね。これからも娘のことをよ
Can I
ろし
just
く
kill
頼む
him
よ。
now and call it a day?
私はね、君のことを買っているんだ
You。mean you don't want to have next stream just start off with murder?
ありがとうございます。
I can't believe I've done anything to warrant that sort of praise.
悪いんだが、私と家内はこれから仕事で海外に飛ばなくてはいけなくてね。
Oh no, he's getting on a plane. Oh, are we gonna kill the dad and the mom? At this hour?
執事の黒木は残っているから何かあったら彼に。では、行ってくるよ。
お気をつけて。
Once the parents leave, I drop onto the sofa, relieved. He's a really nice guy. Shame I have to murder him soon. I'm glad I was able to save his life, if nothing else.
ただいまに
Faris returns right after her parents leave.
ゃー。楽しかった。
フェイリス、どうして連絡をくれなかったんだ。マユリはどうなった？
There's concern in my voice, though I can tell from her expression that everything is okay. I won the bet.
マユシー
Oh,
死んだり
just
しなかったり
hold on to your hat for a
2時間
second
ぐらい
there.
二人でアニソンを歌いまくってわざわざ池袋までフェイリスは送っていったのにゃ。まるでマユシーをエスコートする紳士みたいだったにゃ。そんなフェイリスにマユシーは感激しまくりでユリフラグ立ちそうな勢いだったにゃ。にゃはは。
そうか。
Mayuri is still alive. So is Faris's dad. I've lost much, but as long as they're safe, I can accept my fate. I don't know what will happen to Suzuha's dream for the future. There's nothing I can do about that now. Everything is fine. This world line is my home now. I'm gonna make a life here. I no longer have the lab or my friends, but I do have Faris. I'm not alone. Yes, welcome to the Yuri timeline. I'm so relieved to have finally achieved my goals that my body's fatigue catches up with me all at once. I slide down on the sofa and close my eyes.
今日も寝ちゃうのかにゃ。
ああ、少し休ませてくれ。
Are we gonna die? I have plenty of time to think about the future. After all, I have nothing left to fear.
さて、次のターンどうするかにゃ。
ちょっと早いが、ターミナルカードを使って形勢逆転すべきか。いや、だがそれこそが罠のような気も。
どうするかは今日の次第にゃ。
待て、ちょっと待て。この程度の危機、俺の灰色の脳細胞にかかれば。
No matter how hard I try, I simply can't visualize Faris's piece placement. I'm still a newbie at this game. I barely know the rules. The finals are tomorrow. Today, actually. There's no way I can defeat the viral attackers like this. Since I'm Faris's partner, I have no choice but to participate. But based on what we learned from the last timeline, you play as quote-unquote partners, but only one of you plays. You can just consult the other person. So just have Faris play, and you're there to, I don't know, be her sugar daddy, arm candy? I don't know. That's why we've been training all night.
よし。せっかくだから俺はこのウイルスチェッカーを選ぶぜ。
そうきたのかにゃ。でもフェイリスは二重三重の策を打ってあるにゃ。
なんだと？
これで氷馬側のサーバーは丸裸にゃ。ターミナルカードを使ってじわじわ攻め落としていくにゃ。
This game is only about 10% luck, 20% skill, and 15% concentrate. No, I'm not doing that. The rest depends entirely upon the Ryanetter's strategy and ability. And Faris has the power to read people's minds, or emotions at least. So it's easy for her to see through my plays. Her power is truly overwhelming. She tears apart my carefully thought out plan, defeating me easily. You can dodge a knife, you can dodge a terminal card.
また負けた。これで19戦19敗とはマッドサイエンティストの名折れだ。
I was able to learn the rules with these 19 matches, but I'm still nowhere near tournament level as a player. Was I really on the same caliber as Faris on this world line? I suddenly see a frown spread upon Faris's face.
今日もライネットの戦い方本当に忘れちゃったんだにゃ。今まで京馬が記憶喪失だにゃんてあんまり実感が湧かなかったんだけど、ここまで下手っぴになってるにゃんて。
This poopy? Well, excuse me for being poopy.
京馬はフェイリスのこともほとんど忘れちゃったのかにゃ。
まあほとんどといえばほとんどだな。少なくとも恋人になった記憶は全くない。
にゃ
Faris grows more and more downhearted. Now she's on the verge of tears.
じゃあ今の京馬はフェイリスのことなんてちっとも好きでいてくれてないわけにゃ。こうなったら
Faris suddenly stands up with both fists clenched.
体で思い出させてあげるにゃ。
This is a horrible idea. Faris approaches with bloodshot eyes, her fingers wiggling. I do not know this word. Lasciviously?
お前まさか俺を襲う気か？
それもありにゃ。
certainly an option.
優しくしてほしいにゃ。
The word lasciviously. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But there's the spelling for you. Lascivously. Feeling or revealing an overt sexual interest or desire. Is now the time to remind you that she's 17? And she literally just said that sexually assaulting me is an option?
落ち着け。初めてならば体は思い出しようがないだろうが。
今日もにゃ
Suddenly, Faris gets on all fours. She raises her back little exactly like a cat ready to pounce.
パパもママもお仕事で海外に行っちゃったにゃ。黒木ももう帰っちゃったにゃ。
In this timeline, we're a furry.
つまりこのヒロイン
Furries are normies confirmed,
今は
though.
フェイリスと京馬の二人きりなのにゃ。
She approaches slowly.
どうするにゃ。記憶がなくても生前食わぬは男の恥にゃ。
お前が言うな猫娘。
I don't know what I should do in a situation like this. I can't think clearly.
京馬ねえねえ京馬京馬
I love how this starts as Kyoma, and then at the end of it, it looks like Make You Mama, and I'm like, Finally, Faris blasts off. If I dodge, Faris is sure to fall flat on her face. That's how fast she's going. So to prevent that, I catch her in my arms. Gosh! Here's where I lose my virginity. Farewell, virginity. I would have preferred to give it away, rather than have it taken by force, but oh well! Gosh dang it, game. All I can do now is prepare myself. Suddenly, Faris falls silent.
フェイリス。
When I look down, she's pressing her face against my chest, muffling her sobs.
思い出が消えるのってとっても切ないのにゃ。自分の知ってる人が知ってる人じゃなくなっちゃって自分だけが思い出が消える前のことを引きずっててその思い出を押し付けることもできなくてこんな中途半端に覚えてるならいっそ綺麗さっぱりフェイリスの思い出も消してもらいたいくらいにゃ。
Faris's words hit me like a blow. I feel exactly the same way. The Faris I knew is gone forever. So are Mayuri, Daru, and Krisu. This world line closely resembles mine. Nothing is missing, but everything has changed. My memories seem real, and I know that they are. But with no one else to share them, they may as well be a dream. I'm all alone in this world. Alienated. Alien isolation. We are alien isolationed. My friends will never remember me. Yes, all of the Eugene highs. The event in my memories never happened.
だが、それは。
I gently embrace Faris's small head.
俺自身が選んだことだから。
選んだ。
ああ。
The path I chose that neither Mayuri nor Faris's dad would die. I won the bet, so in return I have to live with this loneliness, this alien isolation. Nothing is free. Everything has a price. I sacrificed Suzuha's memories to save Mayuri. That's what Suzuha wanted. It's only fair that I give up something myself. So, I'm okay with this. Because objectively speaking, I reached my goal. I'm okay.
それに正直なことを言えば、俺はフェイリスがいてくれてよかったと思ってる。
Mayuri and Dario are strangers now. Chris has probably returned to America. Without Faris, without her affection, I don't know what I would have done.
俺はお前の恋人になった思い出はないが、お前が恋人でいてくれてよかったと思う。
今日も
Faris lifts her face.
この世界線で変わらず俺を知ってくれているのはフェイリスだけだった。
She's also the only person we know according to our phone book.
フェイリスが一緒にいてくれたからなんとか冷静でいられた。これからも一緒にいてくれると嬉しい。記憶はきっと取り戻せないが、これからもう一度フェイリスのことを好きになっていきたい。
今日もフェイリスの猫耳外してほしいにゃ。
Cat ears? Oh, I see. Back to Rumiho mode. Rumiho? Rumiho? I gently take the cat ear headband off of Faris's head. Her long hair falls down and dangles onto my face. I comb through her hair with my fingers, and Faris's eyes smile as if soothed by my touch. She really is like a cat.
ねえ、ルミホって呼んで。
This is the second time she's asked me that. I was too self-conscious to say it the first time, but now,
ルミホ。
ignoring my inner shyness, I say her name. Our faces draw
キ
close.
スしてくれる？
With difficulty, we exchange a kiss, like hummingbirds pecking at nectar. Then Faris slowly smiles. Her smile, her lingering tears, her everything is awfully cute.
あなたはね、私の王子様なんだよ。
This is the second time she's told me that. I endure the tingling in my body.
これからも私はあなたを好きでいていいんだよね。
ああ。
よかった。
I can no longer return to my original world line. I don't intend to either. As I saved both Mayuri and Faris's dad. I'll keep living on this world line, and Faris will be by my side. Oh, do we have like another 2-hour card battle? Just when I thought I never had to listen to this announcer ever again in my life. I hear cheers. The finals are about to begin. Of course, our opponents are the viral attackers. In the previous world line, Faris' victory turned into a desperate chase through Akiba. That's another thing that never happened. Normally, I would have refused to stand here. Since I didn't get my memories back, I could have stepped down and the cheerful cat girl would probably have accepted, and then proceed to fight alone. You challenge me to a children's card game? Are our lives at stake? That's the only stake that children require, right? But still, I'm standing here, even though I'm aware I'm a burden.
今日の本当に大丈夫なのかにゃ？
Faris turns to me anxiously one last time. I answer her with a firm nod.
俺はここで生きていくと決めた。
Oh, you're just sending me to the Shadow Realm? It's completely harmless? Oh, I'm fine with that. Send me to the Shadow Realm. Why don't you come too? The story of Hoenn Kyoma, Okabe Rintaro, begins here anew. The first line on a blank page. I discard my feelings for the world line that never happened. I lock those memories deep in my heart. In order to live here from now on, I'll become this world line's Okabe Rintaro.
それにバイラルアタッカーズは勝っても負けても面倒な相手だ。奴らから
Hello, Irish. How is it going? Faris's dad won't come in his limousine to save us this time. I'm the only one who can protect Faris now.
今日も嬉しいにゃ。
Wait, you guys can behave? Faris turns to me, deeply moved, and holds out her hand.
一緒に。
ああ一緒だ。
Faris's hand, my only connection to this world line. I gently take hold of it and squeeze. Well, that was the second ending